Era radio bulan do vata San Francisco me kau tikian do vata tiko mai sa mai sivi tok na vai na tinikan do na miniti me waka wa bakarita ka tiko nia donde wasining ona ka veto ko ni tiko kina na Regional Pacific Islander Task Force kero no mai vital no tiko ni kina ke Koa Lopez.
Ongo na programo Warotaki man Regional Pacific Islander Task Force and a radio bulan do San Francisco me kau tikian do vata mai.
Bula vinaka ke Koa.
Hi, everybody. Bula Vinaka, Una.
How was your weekend? I know you
It
had
was
a trip.
really good.
You had kind of, it sounded exciting. Care to share?
Yeah, it was really exciting, Una. I was invited sort of to go with a lot of other Pacific Islander leaders to attend an LGBT focused conference in New Orleans by the National LGBTQ Task Force. That's what they're called. So it's not like the Regional Pacific Islander Task Force, but it's like another organization who puts on this conference annually. And it was their 50th annual sort of conference. So we were able to kind of participate and share stories and learn about kind of what other people are doing, not just Pacific Islanders, but other racial and ethnic leaders in the field. And no, it was pretty interesting, but I'm happy to be home in California because I know that a lot of the country is going through a lot of cold weather changes at the moment.
That's so true.
But California right now is missing the cold weather. It was about like 20 degrees when I was there in Louisiana. And, you know, that was rare, or everyone was telling me that that's out of the ordinary. But yeah, California is kind of missing the cold weather spike that the 75% of the country is going through right now.
I think we are lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
We could say that we're blessed in that sense. Just watching the news and watching all that everyone else is going through, weather-wise, it's just I would not want to be there. So yes, we are blessed here in California. So you made it back safely, thank goodness.
Yeah, back safely, and I'm so glad to be here because it's a lot warmer here than there for sure. We are blessed to live in California.
Yeah. And you mentioned you met two Fijian guys there at the workshop.
Yeah, I met two Fijian leaders who work for an organization in Washington called Utopia Washington. And originally they're from Santa Rosa. I guess
Really?
around maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they moved up there and became sort of leaders in this other organization, also advocating for Pacific Islanders, but they work up there in Washington. So kind of doing similar work as the Regional Pacific Islander Task Force is doing in sort of the Bay Area, but they work up there.
Wow, that's exciting. Do you have their names? Just so, I'm sure we have friends and families that are tuning in
Yeah,
to know
one
that you actually met up with them.
one of the community leaders is named Amasai Jeke or
Amasai.
Amasai, and then the other leader is named Shenald Kumar, or people just call her Shen. That's what she said.
Got it.
So it was really nice meeting them, and I met another community leader named Kali, and she's from Sacramento, in the Fijian community, and so I'm excited to kind of touch base with her because she's more local to us rather than all the other leaders I named who live up in Washington. So, but it was really nice to just, touch base with other Pacific Islander leaders who are trying to advocate for our community's health, our Pacific Islander community's health. It's nice to kind of touch base with other people and learn about what they're doing in their own state and place.
Right.
Just to make sure that we're doing the work informed by each other, and if that makes sense. And no, it was really a moving experience, but I'm happy to be back in California, for sure.
I bet. Seeing the weather. So yes, and all the flight cancellation. So you made it back, and here we are, and we're grateful always for Regional Pacific Islander Task Force and having you on our show this afternoon. So we decided we were going to talk about the upcoming health fair, right? The Fijian Health Ministry Fair.
Yeah.
And I'm sure our listeners, I've been getting questions and queries on, when is it happening? What exactly can they expect? Can our Fijian community expect? Just because we had the first one last year and in Petaluma, and they heard of it after the fact. So now we're hoping that we can talk more about it. We'll promote it more from now until then. If you could tell us like a tentative date that we've set and tentative location, and of course, all these things we'll confirm as we go along, Kekoa.
Yeah, Una, I'm very excited to kind of support the Fijian community in another event. I know that we did one last year. I think it was in June. Um, but this year we want another health event in Sonoma County. Maybe it could be in Petaluma or Santa Rosa. I don't think we landed on a specific location, but I know that we landed on a specific date with that being March 23rd. It's a Saturday. And we landed on that specific date after speaking with different Fijian faith leaders, the women who really try to advocate for Fijian community in Sonoma County. And so I know that there's kind of tentative agreement of that date. And I feel like it's a little flexible, but I know that the support we get to work with Fijian communities around tuberculosis kind of outreach and connection and health education, that ends in April. So I think March, at the end of March, is actually a good time, in other words.
Right.
And I think, to be good to get the message out and also ask the community, the Fijian community who's listening, what types of health matters matter to you? If you were to attend a health fair event, what would you want to see? Would you want to see just kind of health clinical information? Would you want to see some crafts or some activities to enjoy on top of it, so it's not just a clinic?
Right.
Are there some sort of things that you would want to see if you took your family out for a family day to support health and not just think about it as only related to like clinic?
Health boring.
Yeah, it could be boring to just make it stale, like it's just a clinic. So
Right.
if we could make it enticing for youth and have it be related to something that you want to take your family out to go and attend, and what kinds of things would you want to see? I'm sure that we could support it in ways that makes it enticing for the community. So make it more of a family day. I remember Radini Lydia said many months ago is that would be kind of exciting to bring the community out, but have it not be just about like health fair kind of stuff, clinic stuff.
Family, make it inclusive for the families. Children can get to do fun stuff. And I also would like to kind of just share with our listeners, our families, our Radio Mbulandovata families, who the churches that are now coming together and make up the health fair or the health ministry, the Fijian health ministry at this point. And those are the Petaluma Wesleyan ministry. And then there's the Fijian, the Petaluma Fijian ministry. And then there's the Save the People ministry. And there's also the Metro Church in Windsor, which is
Pastor Lysenia.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's also Kenanivo. Kenanivo is I think the pastor is I know that the pastor for Kenanivo is Talatala Sekope Vesa and Randini Litia Vesa. So those are the five churches that we have at this point. But that's not to say, I also want to emphasize here, Koa, that that doesn't mean that that's just, these are the five core churches that we're going to work with. We are open. We've tried to reach out to like the Assemblies of God, the also the CMF, because these are the denominations that we have in our community, and we would also like to have everybody included in this. Just because we've named, or the 5 churches that we've named have come together and willingly to be able to form this health fair, the Fijian Health Ministry, doesn't mean that we only allowing members of those churches to come. This is for all our Fijian community. We komunike the saranga nai toke, all the Fijians that are here in California. And if you're out of state, even if you will be in the area around that date, that weekend, March the 23rd, please come and attend this health fair workshop. It's a health ministry, the Fijian Health Ministry. It's specifically for our community, for us Fijians. So when I say specifically, by that I mean it's really just for us. Baleti kanda to saranga senga nira o ka kina navi kautamata tali soe. Yana kai tali kina na daka wat kirto na Regional Pacific Islander Task Force. Ko I was just telling our listeners, that this is for us. So every Fijian out there, every Fijian families out there, wakapepa sesenga, with or without immigration status, please come and attend our workshop, or the Fijian Health Ministry workshop, or the fair that we are going to have on the 23rd of March. Koa, let's talk about who we're working on, which providers that we're working on. We're hoping that they will confirm that they will be in attendance on the day of. Because last year we had the Jewish community, right? We had the Fox Home Health,
the Jewish Community Free Clinic, and those are like partners that I think Tao identified the Fox Home Health, and then when I reached out to the Sonoma County Department of Public Health, they sent me a list of clinics, and Jewish Community Free Clinic, I believe, is one of them. But yeah, Task Force is reaching out to a number of clinics. I think another one of them is called Sonoma Valley Community Health Center. And yeah, we're looking to identify what health partners we can bring to the table to really support in the Fijian community. And I like what you said before, that our effort is not limited to just the Fijian churches mentioned, that really it's for all Fijians across Sonoma County or beyond to come and enjoy and participate, and also inform what is at the event ultimately in March.
Right.
So leading up to that day, what would you like to see? If they could write to Radio Bula in the chat or some sort, just trying to give your opinion on what you would want to see in a health fair or a family fun day. To make it more than just a clinic, so that maybe youth can be more involved, even if it's a type of food or freed lunch. What types of things would you like to see that we can support the community around? Yeah, I think we're pretty open, and Task Force, we identified some funding to support in the sponsorship of the event, so we could purchase food. We could purchase some sort of vendors to support in activities. For whatever reason, I keep thinking in my head like a bouncy house for kids.
Yeah.
But maybe that's too crazy. I don't know.
No, it's not crazy at all.
I just want to make it really family centered, and something that kids want to go to with their parents, and that have the parents take their elders and themselves to get screened for different health things that will also be at the event.
And different health things would include hepatitis B, also tuberculosis, especially TB, because this is more, it's the TB workshop, right? We are trying to also have that the TB workshop at the event, and also Koa, I think that it's a need for our community is finding a partner that would come and help us with medical enrollment, since everyone is now, eligible to have the medical coverage. So, but I do know that some of our people might be struggling or not even know where to go to be enrolled in the medical program. So
that is such a big issue at the moment
yes.
for really all Pacific Islander communities. But to your point about needing really support for Medi-Cal enrollment,
Mm-hmm.
I know that the Sonoma Department of Public Health last year, they recommended the Jewish Community Free Clinic as a place to reach out to
Mm-hmm.
if any Fijian community member has that need, because they're a free clinic. So they really support Fijian communities around all matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Medi-Cal enrollment is one of their core areas.
Mm-hmm.
And they support a lot of Fijian communities that go to their clinic already.
Mm-hmm.
So, they would be a good people to reach out to.
Okay.
But I would love to think about it again. What types of supports can they bring this year? Can it be Medi-Cal enrollment supports on the site? Because I
Definitely.
think last year they
Definitely.
just had the Sonoma Department of Public Health. They just gave us a pamphlet,
Mm-hmm.
to
And also,
distribute. So
and also, because last year not everyone was eligible for the medical program, but this year, California, everyone, I think 29 years and over, are eligible for that. So this would
yeah, it's a
be
good
the
point, Una.
ideal for us to look into. So we've got that, and hoping also that we could find a dental vision partner so they can be at the site as well. So we're talking about the health fair ministry, the Fijian health fair ministry that we're hosting or hoping to host on the 23rd of March, and hoping to have all these providers be present on the day, and inviting all Fijians out there. The kiamanike na itokei na ngone ni viti o ni sa mai waka tiko i California, ke na vivo no taliso, ni ngole mai California, ni na tiko back i California, na moni madhawa ya, au kadi waka tiko ya ni na sota ni volleyball and netball i Hayward, i Newark, and madhawa katarava. Dena vinaka moni ngole rau mai, come and make use of this health fair ministry of the Fijian Health Fair that will be on the 23rd of March, and then before going to take part in the competition. So we have a volleyball and a netball competition, COA, in Newark on the 30th of March, which is being hosted by this volleyball club, Fijian Volleyball Club in Hayward. So I
Wow,
would,
that's amazing.
yes, I'm encouraging people to attend the workshop, the Fijian Health Fair, the weekend before, and then come and attend if they're going to participate in the volleyball and the netball tournament the week after. So, is there anything
Promoting
else?
both things, definitely.
Yeah.
I never knew about that Fijian volleyball clubs. That's
Oh,
amazing because that's
yes.
near where we live in Alameda County.
I'll send you the flyer, and then you can definitely join us on the day.
Yeah, and Task Force, we could repost it. I'm not sure what Fijian community follows our Regional Pacific Islander Task Force social media, but we could try to promote it as much as we can both
Yes,
ways.
yes, that'd be great.
And I'll make some promotional materials for our Fijian health fair or family fun day. And I'm hopeful that we could identify different partners to come. And like you said, I love the idea of dental and vision. I don't know if there is a provider who can provide that on site, or maybe we could try to figure it out with the county to just make sure that there's something that community members want to do or want to participate in.
Right.
I'm hopeful that I could also maybe get my partner to do more hearing checks for people.
Definitely.
Since he does work in hearing care, and the Center for Better Hearing is kind of situated throughout Sonoma County. So at least we know that we can almost bring back a lot of the partners last time. Like the SF Hep B free, hopefully we could reach out to Lena.
Yeah.
To see if she could bring back, lei making.
Right.
And I could even support in lei making if people want to make Hawaiian ribbon leis as well.
Fun stuff.
It's fun stuff for people to engage around and not just have it be a clinic only.
Right.
Like I said, and yeah, I'm hoping that any Fijian community member listening can also inform us. Like, what would you like to see if it's a family fun day for your community and for your family?
Thank you, Koa.
Of course,
Koya, Ke wakai so na kawa ni na binakata menda na moni na mai lorei kina na singa na karusanga bula katolu ni singa ni bula mati e na singa ke to sa na buda tiko me na wakai dore kina na nanda to Fijian Health Fair ka waka kena watanga ka wakai dore e na mbaki sauti wakai dore pera luma na mbaki sauti and not many people turned up but a lot of service providers turned up and so that's why this year we are hoping that we'll have a lot more Fijians, a lot more of our families turn up and make use of the services that will be there on the day. We will confirm if it's really March the 23rd and the venue, hopefully in the next week or so. And I guess that's about all for today, Koa, unless you have something else you want to share.
No, I think that's pretty good to end on because it feels like a hopeful message. We're just calling out to the community across Sonoma County to help us inform what this event will be, as also kind of what you want to see at the event, and to support and showing up, because it's really meant for the Fijian community to really get screened for different matters of their own health. As well as have fun at the end of the day. We don't want it to be boring, like you said before, Una. So if it involves a bouncy house for your kids, let us know if that sounds awesome, or or if there's a better idea that you think, like face painting for your kids or what have you. I think we could try to identify people for different activities that the community members want to see. Or even volleyball. I don't know. That's actually a thing up in Sonoma, like it is in Hayward, like you were saying before.
Thank you, Koa. Ke Koa Lopez, my Regional Pacific Islander Task Force, na isongo-songo karatondo vetokoni mai bakalevu, vetokoni tiko na kena mai didibaki tiko na nonda to watawatongo on the Radio Mbulando Wata. Thank you, Koa. Wishing you a blessed week ahead. And we'll talk again soon with more updates on our upcoming Fijian Health Fair Ministry.
Ongo na programa World Takiman Regional Pacific Islander Task Force and a Radio Mulundong at San Francisco, na Kautik Kenta Patamay.